Welcome, everybody. My name is Desi, or Advent, if you know me from the internet. It's going to go over a quick little futures training video and using it on TradingView. I am a little sick, so if I do cough, just be aware of that. But yeah, any questions that you guys do have, you can definitely share it in the chat or come off voice. But yeah, essentially, to keep it pretty straightforward, you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Cool. Oh, hold on, I gotta fix this real quick. Cool. So essentially, for those who don't know, futures trading, it does sound pretty scary, or I guess people would make you believe that it's scary. Honestly, it's extremely similar, if not the same, to just short selling or just going long on regular stock. The main difference is that, of course, you are on a margin account. So there are unlimited losses if you don't have a stop loss and you're negative. The same thing if you're long. So keep that in mind. So unlike options, if you're, or even regular stock, if you go long, the max you lose is just if the stock goes to zero. However, if you put in a futures position, and let's say you go long and you don't have a stop loss, if it keeps on going all the way down and just doesn't reverse back, the losses will get pretty enormous. Although that's where stop losses come into place, which you should always have one. But yeah, pretty straightforward. For those who traded Forex, it's the same thing. If you buy or sell, same exact thing, just a different instrument. Really quickly, so what we're looking at right now is S&P 500 futures, specifically ES, which one contract gives you $50 per point or per dollar move that the stock or the futures price moves. So if we're at 3953 and it goes to 3954 and you're long, you made $50. And ES moves in increments of 25 cents. So every 25 cents, you make $12.50 per contract or unit that you have. And if you're using TradingView, it also tells you right here when you click on an instrument. So ES, $12.50 per tick. If I go to oil, $10 a tick. If I go to MES, which is micro ES, it's $1.25. For those who are new to futures, I usually recommend messing with the micros first, so you can get a hang of it, because the regular ones like ES, maybe even regular gold and even regular silver, the tick values are pretty high. So if you're not that familiar with it, it can go very south for you. But yeah, essentially, depending, you can trade different instruments, S&P 500 futures, NASDAQ futures, which is NQ. For US 30, or for the Dow, you have YM futures. Now, when it comes to placing orders, let me see something. So for those who do use TradingView, pretty easy to place orders. I'll paper trade this for the sake of the conversation. Oh, and you can paper trade as well, so you don't actually lose your real money as you practice stuff. So let's go to, oh, and I'll go over this a little later, or maybe just now. There are futures for Forex pairs, or mainly for like Forex. So like for the euro, you got futures right here. It moves the exact same way as, oh, never triggered. It moves the exact same way as the euro to USD pair, just different pricing and different ticker or instrument. Anyway, well, actually, I'll probably just do this here since I'm here. And also something to note, for those who do use the strat, you have to be on regular trading hours. But if you're going to trade after hours or pre-market, you have to have the electronic trading hours on. And everybody follow me so far? Any questions?
Ooh.
No questions. Everything's making sense.
Yeah.
Cool. So anyway, there's two ways to place orders. On the right side of your TradingView platform, you're going to see these icons. This one here that has like an arrow up and arrow down, that's the order panel. So boom, you're going to bring that up. Now, pretty straightforward. If you buy market, it's just going to buy the next available price or the next available sell. The number right here in the center is a spread. And the euro futures move in increments of 5, labeled right here. So the spread is pretty much as tight as possible. But if it's like 10 or 15, like right now, I just switched to 10, that means the spread is a little wider. So anyway, pretty straightforward. Let's go to, the 1 hour is going to 5 minutes. You want to buy market. So usually what I do, I'll just hit take profit and stop loss. It doesn't have to be exactly what I want. I just do that because once I get in, I can automatically just adjust it really quickly. So if my stop is here and my take profit is there, just do that really quickly. And for every, again, depending what you're trading and the tick value, that's what your position is going to increase or decrease by in relation to what you're trading. So since I got in at 905 and we're at 895 right now, I'm only down $12.50, which is equivalent of 2 ticks. Let me know if that's making sense. All righty. So for those who do use a strat, usually what I do is I use buy and sell stops. I do take a, let's just say I was going to go long here on the break of this above. The high is 190. So I'll pretty much just take a tick of slippage just to make sure that it triggers the trade. Because there has been times where I place the trigger right here once it breaks above, but it'll just fill me and then not actually trigger the trade. So usually I'll just take a 1 tick of slippage, set a buy stop, just put this here. And then, yeah, I just wait to get filled if it does. And then of course, if I'm trading the strat, my stop is going to be at the bottom of this, or actually the bottom of this candle once it triggers. Also, something to notice, if you do trade the strat, I do not put the order until there's like 5 or 10 seconds left, because if I put the order now, there's still 5 minutes remaining until the candle closes. Because I like to, for the most part, have my stop already mapped out. But if I set my buy stop here, they might, sometimes they'll trigger me in. And the trade might not be valid just yet, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. Anyway, so one thing that I've been using yesterday, shout out to Mr. Jones, he put me onto this yesterday. For those who have ever used Thinkorswim Active Trader, you have this panel here. So if I didn't want to like, all right, let me go on the chart, let me look to the right, all right, 900, all right, let me put my order here, or just put my order here, and like have to like surgically move my mouse to see what's going on. I can just quickly go here. All right, cool. I'm gonna put my buy stop. I'm gonna put over here at 905. Just click on 905 on the buy side, right click, stop, boom, boom, done. For me, it's been a lot easier doing that than like going here, looking at the number, or looking up here at the low or the high to put my order in. So I just look at the candle. Cool, that's my high. All right, I'm gonna put a buy stop a tick above. 900, cool, 905. Put your limit or your stop, whatever you want, and then there you go. Done deal. Cool. Any questions? You can come off mute, type it in the chat, whatever you want. All right, apparently no questions.
I got one question for you. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Hey, so with I know you're using the DOM with one contract. How does it work if you got multiple contracts? Is it letting you scale out of it? Or you have to do one contract at a time? Have you tried that or figured that out yet?
I didn't trade. I only took one trade today. I still wasn't feeling that good. More than likely tomorrow I'll be better to trade. I've only ever had it like right now on paper trading, it lets me partial close. But when I used the real account before, it didn't let me partial close. But I think that's because I did one order of like multiple units. I'd never tried separate units. So like if I want to put a position of 5 units, I didn't put 5 separate orders and then try that out. I haven't done that just yet. But tomorrow I'll try that. I tried that yesterday, but as soon as it triggered me in, it literally just hit my take profit immediately. So I didn't get a chance to scale out or to see if it does let me scale out. Because the biggest thing for me personally right now is being able to scale out. Because if I'm long and this is my first target up here, my second target is going to be this next candle there. So if it's taking everything out at the first target, yeah, cool. I'm happy that I made money, but it's still going to my next target. Like the trade is still valid to continue pushing up or whatever needs to be done. But yeah, as of now, and also when it hits your stop, it'll fill you in and just get you out of the trade. Straightforward. But yes, I haven't properly tested that now or yet. I'll let you know. I'll let you know tomorrow when I test it out. Because paper trading, it looks like sometimes they have different, what do you call it? They have different, I guess, settings or like allotments that you wouldn't be able to do on a real account. Or maybe that's just Trade that doesn't let me partial out specific positions. Because I specifically use Trade with the funded account on my personal. But I'll try that tomorrow and let you know what I discover. Also, for those who do trade Forex, there is a micro version of the Forex futures. You just got to put M in front of whatever you're trading. And if there is a micro version, then it'll pop up. And micro, pretty straightforward, is just, it's lesser value per move. So instead of getting $6.25 per tick, it's $1.25. So if you did want to test all this stuff out, I definitely recommend with the micros before you move up to the higher ones.
And what is the market and the limit?
So a market buy is just getting you in at the best market price. So let's just say that the sell was 389 and right now the buy is 391. So there's a spread of 2 ticks. Now, if I buy market, it's going to fill me in 2 ticks above or 1 tick over the proper spread. So market, it's just gonna either buy the ask, which in this case is the buy, or it's gonna get you into the sell price, whatever this is. But if I limit, I can put, if this was 389 and this was 391, I could put a limit in between and put 103.90. So I'm getting in between the spread. Let me know if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. So yeah, usually, or not even usually, I really never recommend buying market at all, especially really with anything, either market or stop. Market, I wouldn't really bother. And another thing to notice, if I go long and I go to sell, oh, well, never mind. All right, I guess they fixed it. Or it's different than my Forex broker. So, all right, I'll try that on the real account and see if it's the same thing. But on Forex, if I do a buy order and then I do a sell order, it won't cancel out my other trade. It'll just open up another sell position. Huh. I guess I'll try that out then. We learn something new every day. Oh, let me see what this is. I never really tried this. Protect position. Oh, nice. And if you did put it in order without, without your stop loss and take profit, you can just right click on either one of these and then protect position, and then boom, boom, modify, and then it brings your bracket, just slide it up or down to whatever it is you want. But yeah, limit or stop, never market, in my opinion, especially, I'll tell you this, especially if you're trading like ES or any of like the NQ, the Dow, literally anything, honestly, because if they hit you, like, let's say if you go 2 up, but your trigger is right here, but it pumps up as soon as you hit market buy, they're going to fill you all the way up here, which is actually the first target, or maybe even at the almost at the second target. So for the most part, you want to either do limit or stop, never at market. That's my personal preference, and that's what I recommend as a non-financial advisor. Cool. Any other questions about what futures are? Literally anything. I can hear you.
Nope.
We can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you can type it out if you want to. That's fine. You can type it, come off, get on voice, whatever works for you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, could hear you.
Oh, okay. Is it possible to share screen real quick? I got like a very specific kind of question.
Yes, give me 1 sec. Let me see. This should be all right. It should let you share your screen. I'll stop sharing mine.
All right. All right. Is my screen visible?
Yep, can see your screen.
All right. So I guess my question is, so like I said earlier, I want to trade 3-2-2 combos, which is just like this 3, this 2, and then I guess a 2 down from here, right?
Mhm.
So I guess something I've been like, I guess testing the idea of is like, let's say we have this 3 here, we have a 2 up, we have another 2 up, and we have another 2 up. I was gonna, I guess, like mess around with the idea of taking the short here so that it would be like this. The stop is the top of that candle. And then my target is that one. Is that like a valid way to 3-2-2 that, I guess?
Well, in this case, this wouldn't really be a 3-2 trade. This will be a 2-2 down, because whatever happened in the past happened in the past.
All right.
Right now, we're focusing on the 2-2 down that you took. And as you can see, well, for me personally, I would take my profit at the previous candle before, the where you entered in,
This one?
higher. So as a strat user, that's your first target right there.
All right.
And which the candle after your entry gave you.
Yeah.
So personally, it would have stopped me out because I put my position to break even or slightly above on my next positions.
Yeah.
That's just me personally, because I don't like, if I'm making money and it's my target, it should never, ever go red.
Okay.
If it keeps on going, then just get on another trade, like that 3-2 down to your left.
3-2 down. This one?
Yep, that 3-2 down. I could have gotten back in there. And then my stop is on top of that too, which you never hit. and it went all the way down.
Like this?
Yep.
So
And
then
it-
where would you target with this one then?
Well, I would target the bottom of that huge candle.
The bottom of which huge candle? This
to the
one?
left. Yep. However, as like probably my max target or a low of day. However, remember the first target is going to be that 3 candle to your left. That one right there. That's my first target.
All right. Okay, so then a better 3-2-2 would be then like this one then, right?
Well, no, all of them are valid. It just really depends on what you want to take. Like for me, that specific trade that you're looking at on the 15 minute,
Yeah.
on the 5 minute, that was a head and shoulders, which I took earlier on a 2-1-2 down. Yeah, that to your right.
Oh, okay, okay.
So right where that one is, where you were just at,
This one?
to your left. Yep, that one right there. I took it down to the target to, what was that? No, to that one all the way to the left after that 3. It hit that target.
So you went to from here to where?
Go to your left. I think it hit the bottom of that 3 or the 1. You can double check.
This one?
Higher. A little higher.
Wait, what do you mean higher?
Like 1 tick higher. Like, yep, there.
Oh. This one here?
So the candle I entered on hit that target of the 1, and then it came back up after it hit the target, and it took. Well, I took all of my position off at that 1, but if I would have held any runners, they would have stopped me out at break even. Or slightly.
Okay.
Now, of course, everybody has their own trading style. Some people will still hold their runners since their initial stop hasn't been taken out, but that's just my personal preference. Once I make money on a trade and it's my target, I never let it go red. If it keeps on going in my direction that I originally played, it is what it is. I'll just look for another re-entry.
Okay.
Like, remember, the market is going to give us a lot of opportunities. You shouldn't really be in a rush to try to catch every trade or like get the full move. If the trade only gave me those two or three targets, it is what it is, and then it stopped me out.
Okay. I think that answers my questions.
Sweet.
All right.
Another thing that I guess I'll just mention is for those who are looking to get into futures, there are several different apps that allow you to. So there's Thinkorswim. You need at least, I think, like $17,800 to trade E-mini or the ES futures. The initial margin or the initial cash balance in your account. I think then you got to call them to enable it. However, there are other options like what do you call it? Trade Station. You need at least, I think that's $1,100 to trade ES and about 500 or 600 to trade MES or micro ES. The one that I personally use is Tradeovate, which it's only $500 to trade 1 contract of ES, or about $50 to $60 to trade micro ES. So usually what I recommend is whatever you're going to trade, at least have 3 times the amount of money in there. So when I opened up my Tradeovate account, I was only going to trade 1 contract of ES. So instead of putting only 500 in the account, I put 1,500 in to start off. The reason why is because, remember, you're trading on margin. So if you're in a position, this is the way I view it, and I'll try to make it make sense. On ES, every dollar that it moves is $50. So if my initial balance in the account is 500, and let's say I'm long and the position is 10 points against me, my account is technically at 0. And more than likely, the broker is going to auto sell you out and give you a margin call, which you don't want. And Also, something else that I'll just share is if a trade will ever go over your max loss per trade, I personally wouldn't take it. So for example, even like this 2-2 down. What's the stop? The stop is
You're
about,
not sharing your screen.
oh, whoops. Thank you for that. Give me one sec. Cool. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Cool. So me personally, if the stop is going to be higher than my max loss per trade, I wouldn't take it. So this is what? If my entry was at the break of this candle and I'm aiming, let's say down here, my stop is 6 points, which to me is way too much for trading ES. So I personally wouldn't trade that. That again, that's just my personal preference. You do what works for you. Like this trade here, it's only 2 points. It's only 2 points away from to stopping me out. I'll gladly take $112? Yeah, loss. So I'm okay with taking that L, but not something that's more than like 2.5 or 3. And again, that's my personal preference. Depending on your risk tolerance, that'll be very different. Anyway, so yeah, if you ever were looking to get into futures, definitely Tradivate will be the cheapest platform for you. But just remember, put at least 3 times the amount, or even 5 times the amount for whatever you're going to be trading.
And do you have to pay to use that platform?
So you need to pay $10 a month, I think, to integrate it into TradingView. But if you want to use the platform in and of itself, you just use their platform and you only pay, I think it's $10 or $12 a month to be able to trade specific tickers in the grouping. So CME, so for example, ES, let me see real quick. So ES is CME, gold is COMEX, oil is NYMEX. So if I want to trade ES or MES or I think the NASDAQ, I would need to pay for the CME data, which is I think $12 a month. And they'll give you access to this stuff. And I think even for Forex, yeah, this is CME. So they'll give you access to trade these things. But if I want to trade, let's say, oil, which is NYMEX, I would have to get another package that has that in it. And they tell you what is included in the packages. So if you want to use Tradivate standalone, just their own platform without integration into TradingView, it's $12 a month to trade the S&P 500 futures and the NASDAQ futures. But if you wanted to integrate it into TradingView the way I do, pay an extra $10 a month.
Okay, got it.
Yep. And keep an eye out. I posted in the, hold on, let me double check real quick.
Did you say it's $10 a month to put Tradivate through TradingView?
Yep, $10 a month.
I did it for free.
Interesting. I gotta double check that then. Well, was it on your personal account or funded?
Funded.
Yeah, the funded, you don't pay for anything. You don't pay for any data at all. This is just for personal accounts.
Okay.
If it's a funded account, the only thing you pay on a funded account is just the subscription fee to whatever package you bought. So you don't have to pay for no data at all. But if it's a personal account, you have to pay for all that data yourself. And thank you for mentioning that so I can clear it up, because it's very, very important to know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Any other questions? Nothing else is really coming to me right now. So, oh, by the way, I'm going to put this out there. This is my personal preference again, but do not, if you're new, swing futures. It won't end well for you. At least, you know, if you get a huge gap up or down, even though you can trade futures 23/6. So futures are open 23 hours a day, but they're closed from, I think, 5 p.m. to about 6 p.m. and they open back up. However, personally, I don't like swinging futures. At most, the most I will probably swing is Forex, because I swing Forex already on my Forex account. So this is basically just the same thing, just futures instead. And again, that's just because of my own personal risk tolerance. But if yours is higher, like I know people who swing Forex, shit, I know people who swing US 30 off like the daily or 12-hour time frame. And it works out for them. But for me personally, I don't do that. Other than that, if there aren't any other questions, I'm gonna hop off in about a minute or two.
Do you do these sessions like every week or is it just random?
They're pretty random. Like if somebody ask me something, or like if I've been learning something, like I've only been trading futures religiously for the last like week or two, or man, like 2 or 3 weeks now, I think. So yeah, just wanted to share this with you guys. That way you can learn from what I learned. But yeah, usually these like random trainings are just random. Or like if you guys put anything in the suggestion section in the Discord, I can definitely do trainings and stuff over whatever is posted there. So like if you have any questions about like, oh, can we go over things that a newbie should know or whatever it may be, you can post it in the
Hey,
suggestion.
can we go over things that a newbie should know?
And we definitely can. The only thing that I would request is to be as specific as possible. Because if you ask me that question, like shit, that session will be like 12 hours.
I'm okay with that.
So yeah, like if you guys do want a training on something, just be as specific as possible. And then yeah, we can definitely make a training. Like there is another training that I still have to do with Pablo, which is going over 0 DTE or same day expiration option contracts. I have to set a time for, but my timing has been a little busy with students and stuff like that. But yeah, like if you guys want a training on something, like definitely just put in the suggestion section, and then we can figure out a time and date that works for everybody, or just have one. And I also record it for those who do miss it.
Sounds good. I'll definitely be using that.
Sweet. And again, like definitely go, like just look through the whole Discord. There's like everything you guys need to succeed is there. And like we're here to support you as well. Like again, you know, whatever you guys need, you can always DM me, post it in the questions and answers, suggestions, whatever it may be. I'm here for you.
Thank you so much.
Very welcome. And with that being said, I will see you guys on the group and on the internet.
Thanks.
Later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.